So at the beginning of the course, when we were asked what it means to live our best life, I mostly focused on long-term goals like graduating the nursing program, finding a good nursing job, becoming financially stable enough to afford my own place, getting married, having kids, all of these big, broad, long-term goals. And I kind of felt like I couldn't begin living my best life until I had these things, and it was sort of a challenge for me to look at my life as it currently is and ask myself, what can I be doing right here, right now, to start living my best life today? So that was a pretty, that was pretty big for me, to think like, holy crap, I can actually do things to feel the way I want to feel right now. And I don't know, that's an incredible realization to have, that I'm not powerless and I do have a say. And even though things might not look exactly the way I want them to look in the future, even though I'm stuck in the house a lot of times doing homework, and doing things that I don't enjoy doing right now, that there are ways to feel the way I want to feel. And that was big for me too, was, the focus on core desired feelings versus goals. And I love that, and I've been using that, and I don't know why it works, but it works, so I feel like a lot of people don't really know, and I didn't know how they want to feel. They know how they don't want to feel, but once you identify how you want to feel, and then you take the next step of saying, okay, what makes me feel this way, and then the next step of actually doing that, you start to realize, like, okay, I can live my best life despite any circumstances, and everyone goes through hard times, and as I've mentioned a lot in my posts, like, I suffer from anxiety, and so part of me not wanting to feel anxious, is I want to feel free, I want to feel spontaneous, I want to feel centered, and what makes me feel like that, and really identifying that. And it's so simple, but when you just get caught up in your day-to-day, schedule and whatever, and you just keep telling yourself, no, I have to keep sitting here and doing this assignment, because if I don't, I won't reach these goals, and then I will never be happy, instead of just taking a break, and actually doing something that makes you feel good, or gives your brain a break. It's just, in the moment, feels like you're not being productive. But after trying it, you realize, okay, wow, like, now I feel refreshed. I feel a little more like the way I want to feel. And it enables you to, continue pushing through the stuff that is not as enjoyable, like doing a case study or something like that just requires a lot of time and effort. So, yeah, and then also, like Lisa Nichols, I liked that she focused on failing forward, and, I've been trying to do that. If something doesn't go the way that I want it to, or I don't do as well as I want to, then I try to look at that now as a learning experience, instead of, wow, I really failed, and beating myself up and feeling like crap. And then focusing on micro wins, I also really liked. An example that I used to struggle with all the time was making this long list of things that I had to do, like school related and work related and just personal life related, and only finishing like 2 or 3 things, because that's all I was capable of that day, and looking at it as a macro fail versus like 3 micro wins, like I did this and I did my best and whatever. So, oh, and I also really liked the strength builders. That was one of my favorite things. And kind of, I don't know, it kind of helped me really understand why I do what I do and why I enjoy doing the things that I do. I'm a huge relationship builder, and that sense of community and being of service to others and, bonding with people is huge for me. And, especially being in the nursing program, I don't, I'm able to do that a little bit, but not as much as I would like to. So making more of an effort to, reach out and spend more time with family and spend more time with friends and kind of like refuel in that way. And then also allowing myself to take alone time, not doing anything productive, So anyway, I hope that I answered all the questions. Oh, advice. Okay, so advice that I would give for someone trying to live their best life. And I've done this, actually, because of this class. Especially with my boyfriend, because he kind of struggles. He's stuck, I guess you could say. He knows what he wants to do, but there are certain things that are kind of blocking his path right now. And so I basically just desire mapped him and was like, okay, well, how do you want to feel? And how can you make yourself feel that way? He's sick of Chicago. He was born and raised here. He doesn't like it, He wants to move to Colorado, but that maybe isn't, it's not doable right now for him, So what other things can you do to feel the way you want to feel in the meantime? You know what I mean? So I would just have someone take a step back and really identify what they want for themselves and how they want to feel. And if their big goal is not coming soon, that there has to be a way to make their life better in the meantime as they continue to work towards that goal. So anyway, it's been really nice being in this class. I know I went a little bit over, kind of a rambler. But yeah, thanks.